really competitive day. It's really neat to see our kids improve from first scrimmage to this scrimmage, and especially some individuals. Taj Washington, I thought that it had a hell of a day. Really made plays all over the field. Thought all three quarterbacks did some nice things today. A couple mistakes that we'll learn from off tape. Offensive line really, I thought, took a step forward in this scrimmage, and now it's been a great camp. These guys will start class on Monday. We will go to Wednesday. We'll go to Wednesday and get one more physical practice, and then we'll start San Jose State on Wednesday. So got 2 good days of practice left, and then get going on Wednesday for San Jose. With that, I'll take any questions you got.
Like Drake Jackson was having his shoulder looked at by the training staff and the brace on. Is that what's going on with him?
Drake's good. I mean, he went the whole time today. Just bumps and bruises of camp. He's been a warrior all the way through. It's been really hard to block, to be honest with you, and has had since coming back, has really showed out. He's made our tackles a lot better. I can tell you that iron sharpens iron, and having him on the edge, Corey, Nick Figueroa, Hunter Eccles, those guys, man, they've done a really nice job in this camp and have made us a lot better. But he's in a good place.
What clarity do you have on the offensive tackle spots?
I think that we've got 2 more days left, Ryan. I think we've kind of settled in on right and left. You've probably seen that for yourselves. But we're going to go grade this tape. We got another really physical practice on Tuesday. That's our last one before we really put in game plan, and we'll hunker in to kind of where we're at. But I think we've really got a good feel for where we are for the right and left sides, and those 8 to 10 guys that are really ready to go play football. So we'll get through on Tuesday and then kind of settle in. But the last 2 scrimmages and this last week with 4 full pad live sessions have really made us feel good about some guys that are ready to go play.
You did bring us on Casey Collier status?
Yeah, Casey's here. He's actually in the weight room right now. He's lost some weight, and we're building that back up, and is in a good place. He was with us last night at our practice, and just really getting him some strength and building him back up. Is in a good place right now.
What's the status of the quarterback battle as of right now?
Yeah, obviously 9's the starter, and then we've got another Tuesday practice to look at the young kids, and then just like the offensive line, kind of settle in on where we're at moving forward for San Jose.
Was it part of the plan to get Keaton a lot of reps that did not involve Drake London on the field today?
It was the plan to get him a lot of reps. In the first scrimmage, we really needed to see where the 2 young kids were at and get them some live play. We really made a commitment, as y'all saw in practice this week, to really drop the scale and go live bullets the whole time, to grow all 3 of them and get them ready for game action. And then it was good to see both kids come out here today, to both young kids. I thought they improved from scrimmage 1 to now. I thought they managed the game a lot better, and it was good to get 9. No, Drake has played a lot of reps in this camp. And has a little bit of an ankle from this week, nothing major, but our plan was to bring him in the first 2 series of this game and get him a lather and then shut him down. And so that was the plan coming in. I thought he did it very effectively, competed his butt off, and probably mad at me because I took him out for a little bit, but I want to get him healthy going into next week.
It seemed like the offense had a few more explosive plays in the scrimmage than they did in the last one. How do you feel just about the offense in general?
Yeah, Ryan, I thought they were more in rhythm today, and that usually comes as you go through camp. You start playing those. I think the live game action that we've had, really 4 live practices, this week has really improved there. And then you saw explosive runs today, which was great to see. It wasn't just in the pass game. There were explosive runs by 23 and 25, and it was neat to get them in the action. So it was good to see. I just felt overall we were more in rhythm, and I thought our whole team, even special teams, looked a lot better today. So I thought our whole team took a step forward, and that's what you want from a good team. I told them out there, each practice, each game, you want to see a team improve from day 1 all the way through the season.
The 2021 guys made a lot of plays today. Now the camp's technically over. What have you thought about how they've come along?
I tell you what, it was neat to see those young DBs. Jalen Smith making a really nice play. Prophet Brown at the end of the game making a really nice play. Talking about two kids that had been offensive and defensive players in high school, and they displayed their ball skills today. So it was neat to obviously. Rajon made a really nice play inside the 10-yard. It's one-on-one tackle with him and the running back, and really did a nice job getting down. Corey provided edge pressure as he always does today. Michael Trigg made another big play down the middle of the field in 2 minutes. So, those guys are going to, be contributors for us this year, and that's what we always say coming here. The best players always going to play, and as those kids grow, they're going to garner bigger roles, and they've really improved from practice one to basically halfway through here before we play.
Where do you feel like the run game is at? We didn't see a ton of runs today. Do you feel confident in you need to see a lot today, or?
Yeah, what I saw today, shotgun, like you saw, I loved, like I said before, I loved the explosive runs, and then I loved the efficiency on 3rd and short and in the 5-yard line when the ball was handed off. Obviously, the time clock at the end, the game situation dictated throws, but when the ball was run in those short yardage goal line areas, we were very efficient. So I thought that was a step forward today. So wanted to see some explosive runs, wanted to continue to build that short yardage goal line package, and I thought it went well today.
Well, you wanted to get Keaton a bunch of extra reps today.
Yeah.
And you haven't had a chance to look at the film yet.
Yeah.
But just off the top of your head, did you see anything today from him that kind of surprised you?
I thought it was about 95% really good, and there was 5%. There was probably 2 or 3 things that jumped out at me that I know he'll say the same thing as soon as I see him. And we'll look at the tape, but I thought he played like a vet today. I thought he managed a 2-minute drive extremely well. He's done that before. He really put us in a good situation. I thought he threw a heck of a ball on 2nd down out in the flat that really should have had a chance to be a touchdown there. But I thought he played like a vet. There were probably about 3 snaps that trigger in my brain I can't wait to talk to him about, but he really stepped forward. From practice one to right now, he looks like he's getting really good chemistry with the wideouts.
Parker Lewis has looked inconsistent at times. Is there a concern there at all?
No, he's a talented kid. I know that he'll be fine.
Where do you feel like you are in terms of assessing the wide receiver rotation?
Again, that's one group I want to see at least one more practice because we're getting some kids back too. You saw Kyron, where Hudson out there today. He's finally healthy. We're really close, I think, to getting Gary back. He's right there on the edge. It may be this week or maybe one more week. We'll see where that's at. But you're getting some kids healthy at that. We're trying to find those other options other than 1-5. And I thought today, like I said earlier, I thought Taj really stepped forward. And did that for us and really showed himself as a guy that can be an every down guy and made some great plays and made great yards after catch. It was neat getting him over. Struggled in the first scrimmage, which his plays can do to you sometimes, and then his comfort level was just night and day today. So we got to find more of those guys that are in that position. Kyle Ford was another one that I thought made some nice plays both in scrimmage 1 and now, and we'll keep growing some young guys up. But I think we'll settle into that 2 deep, kind of settle in that rotation by Wednesday.
How much rotation do you imagine the games with that group?
I think it's going to be by position. Really, Drake is a high rep count guy. But he's gonna need air at some point in time, and then there'll be maybe other positions that are 50-50. Depending on who it is and how their production's going and their health and things like that. But I do think it's a little bit different than we were last year when you had really 4 true veterans out there. You're probably going to have a little bit more rotation maybe at the other 3 positions. Drake will probably be the high rep count guy, and we'll see where we go. And as guys gain confidence and they're producing, then they'll garner maybe a larger role. But I see us using a multitude of guys early as we settle in.
One day you said that this will be the most physical practice.
One more, a little bit
One
louder.
day you said that this will be the most physical week, and
Yep.
that you would try to define the 2 deep. How would you assess the week as a whole, and is there any positions where you still feel like you're going to need more time?
Yeah, when your team goes out there and has 4 live contact days, 4 really physical tackling days, and a scrimmage at the end, and their attitude is to come out here and compete like we saw in every play, big play they're running down. They're exciting. This team is really bonded together. I think they have a high level of toughness. We will continue to work and discipline-wise, a couple flags out there today, mostly hand fouls that we need to improve on, but then the unitedness by the kids. You can see the bond that they have. So I love where we're at. Now we've got basically 2 opportunities this Tuesday and next Tuesday, our last 2 live tackle days that we're allowed to have by rule, NCAA rule. We're going to use both those opportunities. This Tuesday will be that last kind of polish for your resume before we separate and start working towards San Jose State and have to break off into some service teams.
Well, one more.
Where are Keontae and Darwin in their rehab process, and what have you seen from the younger guys, Keenan and Brandon?
Yeah, we anticipate Darwin and Keontae. They were chomping at the bit to get back today, to be honest with you. They were right on the cusp, and because of lack of practice, I wasn't going to throw them out there in the scrimmage. They're going to get a lot of reps. Levi has gotten a ton of reps in this camp. We'll pull him back a little bit and let those 2 guys get a lot of reps this next week, get him fresh, as well as keep continuing to build 25 and 23. Brandon showed some nice things today on a couple of runs, short yardage. I thought he did a nice job. And then 23, wow, his explosiveness today. You can see 10-3 on the field and what his speed brings to the table. So he's a guy that obviously has helped us in kick return. He's been a great outside zone space guy, and we'll continue to find ways to get him the ball. But I like where both those kids, this was a great scrimmage for them to be able to garner those reps. So good Lord was watching after us. I really think, that backfield is really solid. You had Quentin and Maddie too. I mean, you got some guys back there that have all had a lot of reps in college football, so a really strong room right now.